Hello friends, let us discuss 3 different technologies that Atlassian company gives us. First technology is Jira, another is Confluence and another is Bitbucket. So this will be a series of videos that I'll create. In this video, I'm just going to tell you about what is an Atlassian account, and as soon as you create an Atlassian account, you get access to Jira, Confluence as well as Bitbucket. In the next video, I'll tell you how to create issue types in Jira. So Jira is basically the software that Atlassian has created for maintaining your backlog items, okay, and to run your Scrum, you can say. So means there is storyboard, and there are various other things that you can use, like you can use end of sprint reports can be generated using the sprint reports, or burn up, burn down charts. This kind of things are given by Jira. So basically it gives you the backlog, it gives you a storyboard, and it also gives you the reports. Okay, so that is called as Jira. Confluence means it is an application used to maintain your documents. So your functional requirement documents, technical requirement documents, and your process documents, like definition of ready, definition of done, or coding guidelines. That kind of things can be maintained in Confluence. Confluence can also be used for maintaining other documents, like your end of sprint report. If you want it to be made in a specific format, you can make it using Confluence, or you can also have your retrospective reports. There's a template for that as well. You can edit that template as well. So that is Confluence. Maintaining of documents is done in Confluence. Third thing is Bitbucket. Bitbucket is where you can keep your source code. Okay, so you can keep your code over there. You can create branches, and you can create pull requests, okay, PRs, and you can approve them, you can merge it, so on and so forth. So all the code related thing can be done in Bitbucket. So these are 3 basic applications that Atlassian company gives you. Jira to maintain the backlog and to pull out reports, Confluence to maintain the documents, and Bitbucket to keep your code into. Okay, now let us start with Atlassian account. So just like when you create a Google account, you automatically get access to Gmail, YouTube, as well as, let's say, Google Drive. Okay, likewise, when you create an Atlassian account, you get an access to Jira, Confluence, as well as Bitbucket. It tracks you with the same account. Okay, so let us create an Atlassian account using a new Gmail account. So what I do is, I normally create a Gmail account or a Google account, sorry, and I log into Atlassian website using that Google account. It goes easier for me. So let me just create a new Google account. So I'll just say create Google account. Okay, so I'll create a Google account for myself, my personal use, and I'll just call it as Amit Shirasao Agile. Okay, so it will be like amit.shirasao.agile@gmail.com. I'll give a password. Okay, and I'll go next. I'll give a recovery email, which is my current email actually, and I'll also give my date of birth. I'll give my gender, and I'll agree to the privacy terms. Okay, privacy and terms. Okay, so my Google account is created. Now I'll use this Google account to create my Atlassian account. So how will I do that? I'll just search for Jira. Okay, it will give me the official website. I'll go to atlassian.com. This is the official website. Here I can continue with Google. Okay, now when I say continue with Google, it will first ask me which Google. Okay, do you want this thing, amit.shirasao@agile.com? Yeah, I'll say yes. This account, okay, and I'll just create an account. So it is creating an Atlassian account for me. Okay, now it will also ask me which website should I have. That means all my data all my Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, every data that I have for my account will be saved or will be published on a particular website that Atlassian will create for me. Okay, so I can give that site name over here. So I'll just say amit.shirasao.agile. Let us say anything. You can give any name over here. Okay, but it should not have dot. It can have hyphens. So I'll give hyphens .atlassian.net. So this is how it will be. I'll agree to it. Okay, now remember this name, this site name. Now that site will open. As soon as this gets created, it will ask you a couple of questions first. You can skip them if you want, but let us say I am from software development. I normally do web design, whatever you just select anything, code writing, reviews, whatever it is, or you can skip the questions as well. Okay, then it will ask you which application do you want. So let me first start with Jira. Now if I select Confluence, then Jira will get removed. So normally I should start with one of them. I'll start with Jira, or I can skip this process as well, but let me start with Jira. It will take a moment to configure my Atlassian account as per the preferences that I gave. Okay, so what it does here is it selects the default templates that it will suggest me in the future. For example, when I select Jira, then it will say that your Jira account can be created for, let us say, Scrum template or Kanban template. So it will decide this based on the answers that I just gave and the answers that I'm giving now. So I'll say I'm experienced, I'm working software teams, then experience with methodologies, features, and let's say I'm on a tight schedule. I'll give some name to my project. Let us say Amit Tutorials or Amit Shirasao Tutorials. Okay, I'll add this to the Google dictionary, by the way. Yeah, that's my last name. Yeah, and yeah, see here it is suggesting the template based on the questions that I answered in the past just now. I can also go to more templates and I can select Kanban or bug tracking. So normally, what is this template about? So the Scrum template means it will have the storyboard, something like this. And let me just go to the details of it. So basically, it will have these many issue types. This is the workflow. Okay, in Kanban also you will find the same issue types. My bad, sorry. In Kanban also you will see the same issue types and same workflow. Okay, but the difference is over here that Kanban is only used to track the work in progress. Okay, then it basically has a simple board with main objective is to track the work in progress. Work in progress should be minimum. One work per person should be there at any given time, and your main objective is only to see what is the to-do list and just get the work done ASAP. That's it. You don't go into an iterative cycle. That is what Kanban is all about. So continuously improve with the agile reports. Here also the agile reports will be about, in this month how many work items did you complete, in the next month how much is your target. That kind of reports are there. Reports are not like sprint velocity, because there is nothing called sprint, there is nothing iterative in Kanban. Whereas if you see the Scrum template, then here let me just go to the details. Here it is all about planning the work in the backlog. So first of all, you will have a backlog, then you will put it into various sprints, that is various iterations. So you work iteratively. Now, since you work iteratively, you will have to organize the cycles that you work in. That means you will have to start a sprint, end a sprint. So there will be a start date, end date of every sprint. Then your reports will also be accordingly. Like your report will be like sprint velocity. What is my average sprint velocity? So now you have sprints, so you will compare this sprint with the earlier sprint with the earlier sprint. So in the last 6 sprints, whatever is my average velocity, am I at least achieving that in this sprint? That will be your objective. Then your defect leakage can be there, or that kind of reports will be there. So every sprint wise reports will be there, or even a sprint report will also be there. How did this particular sprint go on an average, means, or in general, how did it go? So your reports will be different in this particular template. Rest everything is the same, issue type is the same, and workflows will also be the same. Issue type means what? Your backlog items, that means your epics, capabilities, features, stories, all these are called as issue types. Also your bugs, they are also called as issue types. Also in these stories, let us say in the stories you have tasks, you have subtasks, all these are issue types. Everything that you have in Jira is an issue type, okay? And every issue type can be in these 3 states. So your story can be in to-do state, or in progress state, or in done state. So the states in which an issue type can be, that is called as workflow. Workflow means the states in which your issue types can be, okay? It is common, issue types and workflows are common for Scrum template as well as Kanban template. What is bug tracking template? So bug tracking template, again, the same issue types and workflow, but here the main focus is only about identifying the bugs, getting it assigned to the respective person ASAP, and then solving it ASAP. Okay, so the bug life cycle should be as small as possible. Duplicate bugs should not be there. That kind of focus is around that. Focus is only about solving the bugs. So let us say you have a maintenance kind of a project. It's already in production and you're getting production defects. So production defects have to be solved ASAP, as soon as possible. Even 1 hour if you can save, then also it counts a lot. So this template is mainly about that. So assigning and prioritizing, then bug tracking. Where is the bug? What is the status of the bug? That is called as bug tracking. So your bug should have various statuses, like, okay, as soon as it is raised, it should be triaged, it should be assigned to a respective person, that person should work on it, fix it, assign it back to the QA should verify it and mark it as done. This is the defect life cycle. So defect passes through all these workflow, these things, the stages. So here there is one more thing, that is in review. That means the developer has worked on it, fixed it, and now it is in review for the QA to verify. So here one more workflow status has been added. Rest everything is the same. Then again here it can be a bug, or it can be an improvement, or it can be a feature. So here issue type has also changed a bit. So these are the few templates that Jira offers me. So which template did I select? I have selected Scrum template. Then I even have some other options, like project type. I can have a team managed project or a company managed projects. So team managed projects are usually small projects. Company managed projects means big projects, wherein you have so many different teams, you have different portfolios, and every portfolio will have different solutions, and every solution there will be different arts. If you have such a big company level vision, then you go for this company managed project. Otherwise, just create a team managed project. See, if you are even working at an art level or at a solution level, then also I'll recommend go for the team managed thing. But if you have different portfolios, okay, then and only then you go for company managed. So normally company managed will be for the people working in the startups. Like, let us say there is Charte coaching classes. Now Charte coaching classes could be having different portfolios, like one is their their website, that can be one portfolio. Another can be let us say their app, mobile app which is coming up, that can be another portfolio. Third could be events that they organize, that could be another portfolio. So if you have such big vision, then only you select the company managed, otherwise you normally go with the team managed project. Okay, now as soon as I gave name to my project, it took the initials and it just created a key. So this key will be used in the URL when I'm into my project. Okay, so this key needs to be short. I cannot give a very verbose key because it will become a part of the URL, and the URL should be as small as possible. Okay, so that's why it auto calculates it, but still if you want to modify it, you can modify it. Okay, but I'll still keep it like this. Now this project key will also be used in your stories or your backlog items that you create. So here it is giving you a demo of it, that whenever you create a story or an epic, it will always start with AST. Okay, this is important. So this is your project key, this is where it comes from. You must be wondering that whenever I create a story, then every time it starts with a certain initial. So where is that set? It is set in your project key. Okay, so I'll just create this particular project. Okay, and now it will also ask me a couple of questions that which all other apps do I want in my Jira account. So these all will get linked to my Jira account automatically. So let us say I want Slack for communication. Instead of MS Teams, I'm using Slack, let us say. And for Git repo, if I want GitHub, then maybe I'll use Jenkins for the DevOps. Now if I'm using GitLab instead of GitHub, then I don't require Jenkins, because it is a DevOps tool. By default it is a DevOps tool only, and it also has a Git repo. So it hosts the Git repositories, so it gives the features of Git as well as DevOps. So I may not require Jenkins in that case. So this can be one configuration. Or let us say you want to use MS Teams and GitHub, that's also okay. Or let us say MS Teams and GitHub, and along with GitHub, Jenkins. So MS Teams and GitHub both are managed by Microsoft. Okay, and then Jenkins is a third-party thing. So GitHub doesn't give you DevOps features, so you will have to choose Jenkins. Likewise, you can select whichever apps you want to link. You can also invite your teammates. I don't have any at the moment, and I'll just say done. Now notice the URL. The URL first is your website. This is the website that we gave while creating our Atlassian account. Then it says which app it is in. It is in Jira. Then here it will say which project I am in. So this is my project key. Okay, and then where am I in this project? Where am I? I'm into boards, and my first board, and then I'm also seeing the backlog. Okay, so yeah, this quick start is also good. You can go through it, it's really good. So ideally you should be creating the issues, invite your teammates, connect tools, etc, etc. You can go through it. Okay, so this is understood the URL well. This is your website. First of all, your website, then which application you're into, and then which project I'm into, and then what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at board number 1, and even into that I'm looking at my backlog. Okay, now what is this app? App means the application that Atlassian is giving you. So as I told you, Atlassian gives you Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, and many other apps also. So you can switch between these apps from this icon. So you can switch to your Confluence. You can switch to let us say your Slack. You have just added that Slack as well. That is another app that you have added. Or you can create or you can link many more apps just like this. Okay, so Jira, Confluence, or even Bitbucket. See, this is my Jira. Okay, which application am I into? I'm into Jira, right? So this is the logo for Jira. This is the logo for Confluence. So let me see whether I can access Confluence. So I'll go to my project pages. Here, whatever pages I create, they will be created using Confluence. So I'll create a blank page. So try this in Confluence. So I will just create a Confluence page. Okay, so Confluence, it is free for 10 users, unlimited spaces and pages. Okay, I'll just get started. So I am creating my Confluence account, you can say. So along with Atlassian, I just selected one app, which was Jira. So Jira account got created automatically. Confluence account now I'm creating using the same Atlassian account. Okay, likewise there will be a Bitbucket account also I can create separately using the same Atlassian account. So it is saying that hang on, our robots are working on it. Okay, here also it is showing that how will you switch between the apps. So you can go to the first icon, and the second icon is actually the icon of the app that you are into currently. Okay, so it is all done. I can go to Confluence. Okay, so this is what Confluence is. I can skip everything. Yeah, so what I just did is I just created a space for myself. That page has gone. The second thing was, I cannot go back actually. I just created a space, if you remember. Okay, so that space is this space, my first space. Okay, I could have renamed it right away, or I can rename it now. So this is how you get access to the Confluence. Okay, so now I can switch to Jira or Confluence. Okay, now likewise, let us see in Jira itself, let us see where is my Bitbucket. So for Bitbucket you have to go to code, and here you can link your Bitbucket account, so you can connect to Bitbucket. Instead of Bitbucket, for code management you can have GitHub or GitLab as well, but I will recommend you to stay in the Atlassian umbrella, so go by Bitbucket. So when you say Bitbucket, see, this is the URL is changing now. So project is still the same, but my app is now, I'm linking it. See, I'm still into Jira, but I'm linking it to some Git repo, and that is why /code. Here I can get started. Here once again our robots are working on it, and once again it is showing me that if you want to switch between the apps, then click this icon. To see the current app, you see this logo over here, the next logo. So let's wait while the robots are working. Yeah, so it has created the Gitbucket account, and I'll go to it. Now see the URL. URL will be bitbucket.org. Okay, so this is my Gitbucket, and yes, I can create my repository over here, and I can also see my pull requests and everything. So this is what, now it is also linked to the Jira issues, right? So if I say go to Jira, then it will get me to the Jira automatically, or otherwise I can go to Jira from here as well. Okay, now if I go into Jira and if I see Bitbucket also, so I can see Jira, Confluence and Bitbucket, all of these. Now Jira work management is for the managers. You will see that later on. At the moment you don't require to worry about it. So this is how you create an Atlassian account, and this is how you get all these apps, that is Jira, Confluence and Bitbucket. More about these apps I'll cover in the upcoming videos. Okay, so I'll close this video at the moment, and then in the next video we'll see in the next few videos we'll see about Jira, in the next few videos we'll see about Confluence, and in the next few videos we'll see about Bitbucket. Okay, so this is how we will go. Thank you.